Hey guys, Wonderboat here with the Mag 1 Community Clinic. We did a Tarantula game last time, there's none here. Let's see, how about a Hound game? Hound and Mustang is an interesting opener, and it's really not obvious how to play it. But I feel like kind of comfortable with it. Like, I actually pick it quite a bit. You see a massive health pool here because this is considered like a low win rate opener. But honestly, I found a lot of ways to win early rounds with it. So we're against Sabretooth Fang with Elite. Okay, actually he has a lot of tempo with Elite. They do start with 100 more resources. You always start crawlers with this with these like fragile 2 units here. And oh great, we have my own, so I don't even have to think. I do have a couple of variations on this. This is probably isn't my favorite variation, but it's like it's the right idea. And the idea here is that you want really big clumpage, right? Because your units are so bad at fighting most things that what you're trying to do here is just have everything fight all at the same time and have some of his units, like these two, be a little bit too slow to the battle, right? And another crucial thing about these 2 units, the Hound and the Mustang, is that the Hounds almost one-shot crawlers, and then the Mustangs finish them off, right? Now, in this case, he has no crawlers, so that's not significant, but that is what makes this opener a little bit better than it looks. Another thing nice is like they both scale really well with levels, so there's like potential for scaling. You've got your upshoot already. And yeah, as I said, big health pool. So yeah, he goes for Hounds. Level 2 Hounds, you know, they one-shot crawlers. They're obviously bigger than my level 1 Hounds. Not bad into Mustangs either. I'd say he's in a pretty good spot here, and I think as long as he keeps his tower alive, he's probably pretty favored in the round. Like, you can see this isolation that I talked about, where his Hound on the right still hasn't joined the battle, and there's like really good tower pressure with this formation, so yeah, you can steal a lot of wins with this. Like, this usually happens, like I almost always get the tower. I guess the sabers, I didn't really talk about this, but I guess his sabers are not that valuable. So maybe I was like a little bit more favored than I put it out to be. So yeah, that feels good. We've probably got the round at this point. And so the question is, what's next, right? Like, we want to decide if we want to buy more Hounds or more Mustangs. Nothing is really indicating that quite yet. And we need to figure out a tank line, right? Now, these are interesting cards. 2 really powerful equipments. This is like a pretty powerful sledge card. Like, a lot of people like this. Even improved ball, a little bit more rare perhaps, but honestly, I think it is a good card. So yeah, one of the harder choices that I've made on round 2. Let's go for the mass-produced sledge. That seems like a fun line here. Normally when I see that card, I immediately buy 3 of them. I mean, it is called mass-produced for a reason, right? Like, you want to buy at least, I would say 2, but usually 3 to get your money's worth. And my goal here is for them to be tanks. So I'm just going to put them all the way at the front. They only cost 100. You can, like, think of them like chaff, right? Like, even if the saber shoots it, that's fine. You've got 5 of them, right? And then mass-produced sledges are really good flankers as well. They're hard to clear. Like, a Phoenix would take a long time. Crawlers get severely damaged. I will let him take my tower if he wants it. I really don't mind losing a round with 5,100 HP. But he doesn't go for it. He's buying a ton more Hounds. So we've seen a bunch of Hounds. What's good against Hounds? Honestly, it's one of the trickier units to counter. Obviously, Splash comes to mind, right? So like a Scorpion shooting all 5 would be like fantastic. But you know, there's not really great counters overall. So sometimes you just want to have enough damage in the right spots, right? Like, if we pick up Mustang levels, give them range, they can kill Hounds pretty well, as long as you have enough fodder in front. And now sledges are also kind of good. They're mass-produced, so they're kind of almost equally statted, to be honest. So I don't think we're really consistently going to be able to use the sledges to beat them, but perhaps they are a decent addition. Close battle here. Looks like he's going to eke us out with that level advantage. Now we're gaining a lot of experience, right? Because blue units give 3 times as much as whites. So really nice experience there. 2 more equipment drop here. Well, I guess 3 technically. Don't care about the Assault Vulcan really, especially on aggro. It's more of a defensive unit. I really like Laser Sight with Mustangs. Lets me delay clicking range as well. Like, maybe we just don't click range this game. I'll put it on the safer Mustang, hoping that this guy kind of like becomes a carry that continues to gain levels. Leveling mass-produced units is a bit weaker than non-mass-produced, right? Because, you know, they're a bit weaker and then you multiply it by 2 when you level it. So I may not take it. I'll think about it. We got our saber here. I think I want it as sort of like a tank. We'll put it like... Yeah, we'll just put it here. And then... Question is, more Mustangs or not? I'm worried about my tower safety as well, right? Like, I usually either fortify it or extend the line. And I don't mind extending the line here. We'll just go Mustang Crawler. Sometimes I call it copy-paste, you know, when you, like, take your existing formation and just make another copy over here. And we can have the Crawler come in a bit late. Like, there's no need for it to tank when there's not even DPS being applied, right? And, yeah, sure, we'll get the missile. Technically, I could have missiled my left as well. I'm weak to a Crawler flank, but... Okay, so this move from him, he's not trying to get the tower, right? What this is that he's trying to get this group of units here to head down and waste their time. It's a really powerful move. You see it a lot in high MMR matches. And he even has the beacon on top of it, which is like the final piece to this tactic. And countering it is quite difficult. Your options are basically to missile it every single round, which, yes, is really expensive, but it is a common response. Or you can do a really quick clearing chaff unit there. A quick chaff clearing unit there. So, like, you know, maybe something like a Wraith or like a Tarantula with high explosive. Obviously, if you're not in Tarantulas, don't buy a Tarantula just for it. But, like, if you happened to be in Tarantula high explosive, you would put a Tarantula there, perhaps. Now, round 4, we've got 2 air units here and 2 tanky boys on the ground. His upshoot, really not fantastic, so Wasps and Phantoms do look interesting. We can definitely get some right side tower pressure. Steel balls don't look that powerful to me. Tarantulas, like, we already have some chaff clear in the Hound Mustangs. So I'm looking at one of the air units, and I'm going to choose the Wasp over the Phantom, purely because Wasps beat Phantom, basically. I just think they're like a nicer diversification. Like, it forces him into Mustangs, which he may not want. And I'm going to put them semi-late here. You usually don't want Wasps early in the battle, because the chaff clearing portion happens early, and they don't really contribute to that, right? They kind of contribute to the end game where they counter the snipers when all the chaff has been cleared. Now, because we have 3 Mustangs and some levels, I think they deserve range. Just lets them DPS earlier for the most part. And I think I might commit to the missile for the rest of the game. And if I'm doing that, I want this really close to it. It can honestly be on the line, it's fine. Just because 3 crawlers usually live when you missile, and so this Wasp will finish off the last 3. Because you want these things to go back to fighting as soon as possible. So we'll give our little Wasp buddy a guard, and then we'll buy another mass-produced sledge. I forgot that I have this, but honestly, they're so efficient. We'll take attack in hands, very good with Mustangs with their granular, quick attacks. And he went for Armor Phantoms, which is a really strong choice. I like this from my opponent. We just invested a ton into the Mustangs, and he's completely negated it, and it's going to hurt my chaff clear, my ability to gain experience, and all of that. Now, the good news is that we went into Wasps, which are certainly capable of killing them. And do we get his missile here? Yes. So good. Only 2 Wasps going down for that. Yeah, this looks not too bad. Even if we don't get the round, I'm feeling okay. So my option here long term to counter these Phantoms, like, you can go into sniper units, such as Phoenixes and Marksmans. But honestly, it takes a lot of shots, and he has them level 2. So it takes a while for that to be efficient clear. So I actually like other options. And one of my favorites is actually Wasp with anti-air and range. And what's so nice about that is that we just got it for free, right? Like, we don't have to pay the unlock cost. We can make more and justify a tech. So I'm going to be thinking about that here. Now, these cards, speed is like so powerful in aggro. It's almost auto-pick sometimes. I do think Javelin is certainly fine. We are sitting above 4,000 HP for both of us, and I do think there's a correlation between picking spells versus how healthy your opponents are. So I'm going to pick the more long-term thing with the speed here. Let's focus on the Wasp first. I think that's kind of the pressing thing. We could start with range that we're not as committed. I think it's safe to click anti-air, but like, is it worth 400? Kind of unclear. I certainly want this level. And hound levels are important if he goes into crawlers, which he has 1. So I suppose we'll pick up the hound level. Now, again, you should always think about the game in terms of columns, and we can see we have no, like, wasps ready to kill this particular phantom, so we'll buy 1. Obviously, we want the arrows to be heading that way, so kind of just fiddling around here, figuring out where it's best. Maybe something like this. It's a bit early for my taste, but yeah, it's fine. Probably fine. It's got range now. We'll continue the missile. One other counter to this annoying thing, by the way, is to take a mobile beacon and just force your units going upwards. But I'm fine just missiling it. Kind of less of a headache that way. Buy 1 more sledge. It's kind of a lot of sledges, but like, I mean, they're hard to deal with. They only cost me 100. It's like pretty similar to buying chaff. So he goes for the orbital javelin. Great tempo. Kills my level 2 Mustang. Well positioned for him as well. Now let's see if the Wasps get the job done here. Wasps have really good DPS, by the way. You know, the white one's not going to look too impressive here, but the moment I click aerial specialization and they get a 90% increase... Oh, he also just let his tower die. I think not enough respect to the right side of the battle here from my opponent. And yeah, we're just going to do really well here thanks to that tower debuff. And honestly, I think we get the better end of the deal with respect to him doing the Phantom Ray and me doing the Wasp play. Because he still has to answer my Wasp, right? Like, he has to buy a brand new unit, like a Mustang or something. And yeah, we're certainly well equipped to handle Mustangs with our sledge frontline and all that. So round 6, we get the unit reinforcements, a lot of level 3 units here. Looks like basically snipers, sort of like chaff clear tank, and probably still underpowered single target. They did receive a 30% HP buff today, but still not quite a fan yet. So I think snipers are looking pretty good for us. That's probably like the one thing that our composition lacks. And I'm going to be favoring the Phoenixes over the marksmen here, because on aggro I like that they're fast, and I like some of their aggressive techs a little bit more. They can be pretty high up, as, you know, they have pretty long range, especially once you tech them. We'll take the Wasp levels. I think it's just a nice threat that he hasn't answered yet, so I don't mind sort of leaning into that. And the question is, do we need to go into hounds? Like, are we good enough against these hounds, right? He's got tons of levels in them. We don't have any splash. Now, the Mustangs are kind of okay against them. I think the answer is I'm just going to say that Mustangs are good enough and see what happens. I'm actually going to buy 2 blue ones here. I mean, it's a bit weak if he gets even more Phantoms on that side, but like, we have pretty good Wasp coverage. Maybe I'll buy 1 more Wasp, but the problem is that if he goes into Mustangs, maybe this is a few too many Wasps. We'll click speed as well. Once you have temps, once you have advanced power system, clicking temp speed is just pretty crazy pressure. So he goes for the Typhoon with aerial specialization. He says, that's how I'm going to counter the Wasp. I think that's a pretty good move. He got it from the unit reinforcement, right? So not having to go into the Mustangs, having a much tankier unit, pretty good move. Like, now we need to go into the Phoenixes. We need to probably range them, since he has that prioritization. And we can see, like, our DPS is just really struggling against the Typhoons. The good news is that his tower protection wasn't really good here, so it's like, once again, we get more tempo. But, you know, I'm not sure how much longer he'll let us get away with that. So we got to really buckle in here and figure out how to deal with these Typhoons. Do these cards help us? Well, we don't really have a great unit for the heavy, super heavy. I don't think I want to pivot to boats. I mean, honestly, I think I could. Let me think. It's actually such a powerful card. I'm a huge fan of that card. And you know what's nice about this card, too, is that it does answer the hounds, since it has a really big splash. So you know what? I like it. We have a lot of cells, too. Like, I don't really care about the saber too much. It's the nuke round, too, which is, like, scary to buy boats on, but we could do a right side attack. So the question is, what are the cells, right? One of the harder things in Mechabellum is to know what to sell in what order. So I think the Sabertooth is not that good. I do think the level this Wasp here, you can click units and see how much damage they do, by the way. Like, is 400 supply really worth this 22,000 damage? Maybe not, right? So we're going to buy at least 2, I would say. And I'm doing them on the right side purely because of the nuke, to be honest. He's got a Javelin coming in 2 rounds, so like maybe we spread out for that reason. It's kind of annoying, though. I like them touching otherwise. But it is what it is. Let's respect that scary spell. The Crawler here is to protect against like instant melter locks, that sort of thing. And let's go for the loan. I guess, honestly, a bubble to play around nuke is fine. Let's see how fast the boats get the tower here. Like, if he doesn't respect this side, keep in mind they have big splash too, right? So, like, even if I fire, like, right here, that's going to get the tower. So, no nuke from my opponents. Did he take the super heavy? Yes, he did. I just hovered the prediction there. You can see what they pick from that. It's a nice little tip. So, this splash from the boats is going to be so nice. Like, we can splash basically everything, right? Like, the Typhoons are pretty clumped. The Hounds, like I mentioned. It's one of the Exodias in the game, honestly. It does take a bit of experience to know which improved cards are good, but I'll tell you, boats are definitely one of them. Like, honestly, one of the best. And, yeah, I mean, our composition is basically complete at this point. We may even just win outright here. It looks like that is the case. Very nice. Well, I wanted to show more of the improved boats, because how you scale them is just so exciting. Like, once you take Splash, Launcher, Overload, and Range, they have long range, quick attack speed, and their Splash goes up to 19 meters per second, which is, like, more than a Scorpion. Like, it's actually just ridiculously strong. Anyways, we'll get another game in the future. This has been Wonderboat with the Mag 1 Community Clinic. Thanks for watching.